welcome everybody to the Gavine Intervention podcast. This is something brand new I just decided to start up just to be the place where people come to for advice and just kind of overall a source of information, so to speak, for life betterment. I hope you enjoy the series, and the series will be pretty informative and pretty real. Just a brief overview. I'm focusing more on life betterment and advice that most people don't give and information that should be out there but is not. So if this is the type of information you like, then kick your feet back and relax. And I hope you enjoy. What I want to discuss today is focus, and mainly what we focus on, because there's a lot of things that we can do to better ourselves. But at the same time, we don't really do that because we're focused on things that block or deter what we need to, what we need to accomplish or what we need to focus on. So I will use an example. Say we need to better ourselves by, bolstering our career or whatnot. This is just an example. There are plenty of ways to bolster your career, whether it be have a career coach, a mentor, or whether it be inform yourself by reading books and literature, or just having a mentor. Any of those things. It seems simple, but it's not simple to a lot of people. And the reason why it's not simple is because, one, they're not really allocating the resources they have in front of their face or in their hands to good use. And I say that, which will spark a lot of controversy in people's brains. But the controversy just comes because it's outside the norm of people's thinking. Thinking is something that people just do, but they don't really process it. As far as actually taking an action, like for example, we can focus on celebrity gossip, and I guess for instance, people are more focused on this whole Dylan Brooks thing, and he's not coming back to Memphis. That's cool and all. But at the same time, that information that you're searching for on Dylan Brooks can be, that time you use to search for the information on Dylan Brooks could also be used to focus on information for career development. Like there's several different podcasts or YouTubers and books, mentors, and all types of guides to help you with that. A lot of people don't do that. And then they cry wolf and say, hey, there's no resources available. But honestly, there are resources available, but people just don't use them. And it's kind of upsetting that people come up with excuses to not use the resources that are in front of them. So hopefully this small tidbit can actually help or actually kind of guide you. And my advice to do that is, for one, take at least 15 minutes or 20 minutes a day to just research something that you want to do. Like whether it be, hey, you wanna, I don't know, build a birdhouse or do something. Like research something and put your mind to it. You put your mind to it and you'll basically be able to do it. For example, this podcast, I did not know anything about podcasting, to be honest. I had a good resource in a friend. She had a podcast, so I leaned on her for advice and questions. Well, my questions would be answered, and she came through big time. So she told me I had to get my mic set up, get everything right, and I also watched YouTube videos to see how to properly go by this as far as actually doing the recordings and the audio editing. So there's a lot that goes into it, and I focused on it, and it was just an idea, but it kind of came to fruition when I put my mind to it. me, I have a 9 to 5 like everybody else, but I have spare time on my hands. So I figured, hey, why not kind of give back? So this is kind of my way of giving back, because there's a lot of things that I have in my head that kind of should be brought out, but at the same time, it's not really brought out just because, hey, it's lost in the sauce of social media, and was it they call it the algorithm, which is kind of the haunting of people. The algorithm kind of kills a lot of hopeful thinking, because it promotes kind of the dumbness and the violence and all the negative things. Positive things are not really promoted in society, unfortunately. Like they have these shows. Was it reality shows? They're not ever promoted towards positivity for the most part. Like my type of reality show is game shows. I like game shows because game shows always have some type of positivity at the end. So I kind of like those. But yeah, this housewife stuff and all that, no, I'm not really drawn to it. If you know me real well, I like cooking shows and cooking competitions on Netflix. So that's just one of my things. But back to the main point, which is focus. We should focus on things that will help us better ourselves. For me, I have to work on several things, and this is just plain and simple. I want to be able to relate to people more. Also, be able to channel energy that I have and put it towards something that is of better value. And a lot of people that I see anyways need to kind of do the same, but not the same way I'm doing it. Everybody has their own individual traits of value or whatnot, but it's just we need to focus on things that matter. Like what whoever rapper entertainer is doing is not the way to go about it, because their life and your life are not the same. Like as they say, you're in a different tax bracket. You need to focus on what's in your scope and what's in your area in order for you to better yourself. So what A and B is doing doesn't necessarily mean that C and D have to do. So you have to see yourself as an outlier and focus on what you need to get ahead. So you may need some classes or whatever, or take some type of lesson or something, I don't know, or mentorship or something. But either way you can do it, you just need to focus on it. Like push yourself. Like it's hard to push yourself, but if you do it, I promise you'll win and you'll get where you want to be. It takes hard work and it takes dedication, but also it takes focus. And to focus on something, you have to weed out some of the unnecessary things in life. So sometimes you have to sit at home or just take a back seat to doing certain things. And it's okay to do that, because at the end of the day, you'll be where you want to be sooner, instead of trying to just be with the crowd. Because I guarantee you, most of the crowd is not where they want to be. Like the crowd is just a group of followers. Like you don't want to be just following the crowd amongst everybody else. You want to focus and have your own thing, to where you have your niche and you go through with your niche, and you be able to thrive and be successful in your own mind and your own spirit, and also to your siblings, kids, family, and just people around you. Like you want to be able to bring value not only to yourself, but bring value to people around you. So that focus could include focusing on who you keep around you also, because you don't need anybody around you that's not going to be productive in your life. There's some people who are draining, some people who are more of takers than givers. And you just want to be able to balance who's around you. So that balance may be hard to think of and hard to come by, but you need to do that. And with that, it takes time and takes focus and dedication. So you have to just dedicate yourself. I know this is long-winded, But I hope you guys enjoyed this first mini session of a podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you later.